Every successful person seems to have one thing in common. They start their day before the rest of the world wakes up. But is waking up at 5 a.m. really the secret to success? Or is there something much deeper? Stay until the end. Because today's story might completely change the way you see your mornings. Welcome to StoryForge, where stories inspire, minds grow, and lives change. Now, let's begin today's powerful story. Ryan was 26 years old. He wasn't lazy. He worked hard every single day. Yet no matter how hard he tried, his life never seemed to move forward. Every morning, his alarm rang at 7:30. He hit the snooze button. 5 minutes became 15. 15 became 30. Soon, he was rushing out the door. No breakfast. No exercise. No plan. Just stress. Every single day felt exactly the same. Wake up. Work. Come home exhausted. Watch videos. Scroll through social media. Sleep. Repeat. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Nothing changed. One evening, Ryan looked at himself in the mirror. Dark circles under his eyes. A tired face. A mind full of dreams. But a life full of excuses. He whispered to himself, "Is this really how I'm going to spend the rest of my life?" That question stayed in his mind. The next evening, on his way home, he noticed an old man sitting quietly on a wooden bench in the park. The old man smiled and asked, "You look tired." Ryan laughed softly. "I am." The old man nodded. "Tell me, when was the last time you watched the sunrise?" Ryan thought for a moment. He couldn't remember. The old man smiled. "That's your problem." Ryan looked confused. "What do you mean?" The old man stood up slowly. "When you wake up after the world has already started, you're always chasing life. But when you wake up before the world, life begins to follow you." Ryan frowned. "So, you're saying waking up at 5 will make me successful?" The old man smiled. "No. Waking up at 5 changes nothing. Unless you change what you do after waking up." Ryan stood there in silence. Those words echoed in his mind. Before walking away, the old man turned around one last time. "Tomorrow, wake up at 5 a.m. Do it for just 30 days. If your life doesn't change, you can go back to sleeping late." Ryan smiled. He wasn't convinced. But for some reason, he decided to try. That night, before going to bed, he set his alarm for 5:00 a.m. As he placed his phone on the table, he had no idea that one simple decision was about to change his life forever. The alarm rang. 5 a.m. Ryan slowly opened his eyes. The room was dark. Outside, the world was still asleep. His body felt heavy. His mind whispered, "Just 5 more minutes." His finger moved toward the snooze button. Then, he remembered the old man's words. "Do it for just 30 days." Ryan took a deep breath, threw the blanket aside, and stood up. It wasn't easy. Every step felt uncomfortable. He walked to the window, opened it, and a cool morning breeze touched his face. For the first time in years, he watched the sunrise. The sky slowly changed from dark blue to orange, then golden. Everything felt peaceful. There were no notifications, no traffic, no noise, just silence. Ryan smiled. He whispered, "I've been missing this all my life." Instead of grabbing his phone, he grabbed a notebook. He wrote 3 simple goals for the day. Then, he exercised for 20 minutes. After that, he read 10 pages of a book about success and discipline. Before leaving for work, he planned his entire day. For the first time, he wasn't rushing. He wasn't stressed. He arrived at work 10 minutes early. His co-workers looked surprised. One of them asked, "Ryan, what happened to you?" Ryan simply smiled. "I woke up earlier." His co-worker laughed. "That's it?" Ryan didn't answer. Because deep inside, he knew something had already changed. Not his job. Not his salary. Not his life. His mindset. The next morning, the alarm rang again. This time, getting out of bed was just as difficult. His body wanted comfort, but his future demanded discipline. Day after day, Ryan kept showing up. Some mornings were easy. Most were not. But every single morning, he made the same choice. To get up. To grow. To become better than yesterday. Without realizing it, Ryan wasn't just changing his mornings anymore. He was changing his identity. And that was only the beginning. 30 days passed. Ryan looked at himself in the mirror. The man staring back at him looked different. Not because he had become rich, but because he had become disciplined. He no longer woke up feeling tired. He woke up with purpose. His mornings had become his greatest advantage. Instead of wasting the first hour of the day, he invested it in himself. He learned new skills. He listened to inspiring podcasts. He read books that successful people recommended. Every single morning, he became just 1% better than the day before. At work, people began to notice. Ryan was more focused, more confident, more productive. One afternoon, his manager called him into the office. Ryan wondered if something was wrong. Instead, his manager smiled. "I've been watching your progress. Your attitude has completely changed. Next month, we're promoting you to team leader." Ryan couldn't believe what he had just heard. A few months ago, he was the employee who always arrived late. Now, he was being trusted to lead a team. As he walked out of the office, he remembered the old man's words. "Wake up before the world, and life will stop chasing you." That evening, Ryan returned to the same park. The old man was sitting on the same bench. Ryan smiled and thanked him. "You changed my life." The old man smiled gently. "No. I only told you to wake up. You changed your own life." Ryan looked confused. "But if I had never met you?" The old man interrupted him. "There are thousands of people who hear good advice every day. But only a few decide to act. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people isn't knowledge. It's action." Ryan sat quietly. For the first time, he understood the real lesson. Success wasn't hiding inside 5 a.m. Success was hiding inside the discipline to do what most people refuse to do. And that lesson would stay with him forever. Years passed. Ryan's life had completely changed. He had a successful career, better health, financial freedom, and something even more valuable: peace of mind. One quiet morning, at exactly 5 a.m., Ryan stood on a hill, watching the sunrise. The golden light filled the sky. He smiled. Not because life had become perfect, but because he had become stronger. As he looked at the rising sun, he remembered the old man. It had been years since they last met. One day, Ryan returned to the same park. The same wooden bench was still there. But the old man was gone. Instead, a young man sat on the bench with his head down. He looked exhausted. Hopeless. Exactly the way Ryan once looked. Ryan walked over and sat beside him. After a few moments of silence, the young man sighed. "I work hard every day. But my life never changes." Ryan smiled. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a small alarm clock, and placed it in the young man's hand. The young man looked confused. "An alarm clock?" Ryan nodded. "Set it for 5 a.m. The young man laughed. "That's all." Ryan smiled. "No. Waking up early won't change your life. What you choose to do after you wake up will." The young man looked at the alarm clock, deep in thought. Ryan stood up and slowly walked away. As the first rays of sunlight touched the park, he realized something powerful. The old man had never given him success. He had given him a habit. And that habit had changed everything. So before this story ends, ask yourself one simple question. What could you do with 1 extra hour every morning? Could you learn a new skill? Read a book? Exercise? Start a business? Or simply become a better version of yourself? Remember, success doesn't begin when you become rich. It begins the moment you become disciplined. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Don't wait for next year. Start tomorrow morning. Because your future isn't built in one day. It's built one early morning, one good habit, and one decision at a time.